All right. Hey, everybody. It is the workshop on Thursday. We're doing episode number 317. We have a very cool cast of characters throwing some comedy at you tonight. The rules are we're going to do one round of comedy, and that's going to be on a subject that was given to us ahead of time. And all the comedians will give some feedback on that after they're set. And then the second round, we're going to be doing our own material, and then we'll give some more feedback on that. And let's get started. So here are our comedians. We've got Ambrish Singh from Canada, Toronto. I've got Rock Allen from Newport News, Virginia, and I've got Jeremy at Swagot. I don't know. Jeremy from Vietnam. All right. Yeah, so we're going to have a good time tonight doing that. I'm just going to kind of go around. So it's going to be Ambrish, Rock, and then Jeremy, and then myself. So Ambrish, you ready to go?
Yeah, I am. Actually, I want to say I'm happy to be here. I got the word compact. From it, I got small, overcrowded, and dense. So I actually really like animal facts. Like I recently learned that blue whales have really small and compact penises. Now a black whale, that's a different story. The place I'm currently renting, the room I'm currently renting is very small and compact. It's so small that for an animal rug, I'm using a rat. Okay. My room is so compact that to clean it, all I have to do is. Did you get the wind? My place has a really compact shower. It's so small that I'm better off taking a bath in the sink. Before the pandemic, I went to Disneyland, and it was so compact and crowded that day that I had to wait 10 hours to get on a roller coaster. As opposed to a normal day where you only have to wait 9 hours. It was so crowded that two things were going on. The risk of some kids being lost, and two, the exact opportunity some parents were looking at. Fucking hell, I should have prepared before I got on. Scientists recently discovered the world's most compact element. It is in fact so compact, so dense that they've decided to name it Donald Trump. Fucking hell. Fuck the timing on all of those. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I've got.
All right. Very cool. Thank you, Ambrish. We really appreciate that. Thank you. A little round of applause for Ambrish there. Thank you so much. The compact department, super funny stuff there. The like rat as an animal rug. That was really good. And then like the cleaning your apartment with just you. That was pretty solid. I think for the like going to the Disneyland, Disney World, some sort of spreader event, COVID, you could probably
it's a small world. It's a small world after all. That's compact.
Okay.
The musical.
Yeah. So you can.
I should have just broken out here. I should have just broken out and started singing. That way, I probably would have gotten more laughs.
And Bollywood maybe have called you as well.
Of course, you're gonna go there. Write another fucking punchline, you idiot.
That's my callback.
Why do you always have to go to Indian? The last time I got on this, you went back to Indian.
Oh, all right, it's my turn to go.
Right, Rock Allen. Go ahead and move on from this.
Oh no, I had something to say about Ambrish's set. I like how you gave your word and then gave 3 definitions. I was waiting for you to ask for someone to use it in a sentence. I know there's a stereotype for spelling bees in there somewhere.
All right,
guys.
Yeah, some good stuff there. Anything else?
I just wrote I liked how it was compact. It's very short
right.
and sweet, to the point.
A tight 2.5.
All right, yeah, and the joke at the beginning, I just was like, it was almost too much of a grenade, you know, where it took me a second to get it, and then by then you had already moved on. So I think I don't know, a little bit more clarity will make that hit a little harder.
Yeah, I was trying to listen for laughs, but maybe I just didn't hear it. I was trying to not to step on laughs. Plus, I was just mumbling some of the punchlines and some of the setups. So, you know.
Yeah, good setups and punchlines tonight, though, for sure. So
Yeah.
all right, good job.
Thank you.
All right, Rock Allen, what do you got? You got some alcohol?
Yeah, I need a drink for this.
Okay, sure. We all need a drink.
I think since the pandemic, everyone's drinks that they're making at home, they're all at least doubles now.
It's more clear than any other color. All right. What was your subject?
The subject I got fittingly through a randomly generated doodad was brutality. Surprise, surprise. So Jeremy was talking earlier about getting iodine put on his injuries when he was a child. And it's like, man, I wish I had parents that cared and loved me like that. You know, the brutality I suffered when I came home with a scratch was, let me put some whiskey on it, but not too much whiskey because I need to drink that. You know, that was for his own pain and suffering. But as far as brutality, man, it's like, what else can I really talk about? It's not a cheerful subject. It's, you know, I can talk about police brutality or systematic racism, but, you know, those aren't fun. Well, I guess depending on where you live. If you live deep in the South, might be a good time. But as far as brutality goes, it covers all kinds of things. Like today, there's another mass shooting. A gentleman took out a prestigious doctor, his wife, and their 2 grandchildren before turning the gun on himself. And when you hear about horrific shit like that, or at least when I do, my first thought is, don't be white, please don't be white, please don't be white. And, you know, hey, prayers answered. He wasn't. Prayers answered. That's shitty. I'm a horrible, horrible human being. But, you know, I've had to have a talk with my son. You know, like, man, if you're in class and you hear shots pop off, I don't want you to barricade yourself in the room and find a weapon to defend yourself. I don't want you finding a weapon and hunting someone down. And I don't give a fuck about your teacher, your friends, your classmates at all. You are the greatest accomplishment of my life. I need you to get out of a window and get far the fuck away from that school. I couldn't be more proud of the young man you've become. And if something were to ever happen to you, it would really fuck up my tax return. It's my year to claim you because nothing about this says full custody. You know, I need my every other year. You know, that's tattoo money. That's solid tattoo money. What else can I say about brutality? How about brutality as far as animals go? I'm tired of white people saying that they rescued an animal. It's like your life wasn't in danger one bit. What you did is you went down to the little store and you got a scratch and dent pet. That's all you did. And for the single gentleman in the room or in the crowd, just let you know, you can get yourself a woman like that if you go down to the battered woman's shelter. Just keep in mind that woman and that dog are going to be a little flinchy. Just brutality. Why did I get brutality? The one time I'm like, hey, maybe I'll get puppies or some shit and make it all nice and pleasant and fun and sunshiny and shit. It's like, no, it's just stick in your wheelhouse. You're stuck. You're typecast. You look like the clown from the Rob Zombie movies. So you're stuck talking about shit like this the rest of your fucking life. But as far as brutality goes, I mean, young black men, are constantly being pulled over and harassed by the cops, and unfortunately, quite a few of them are being shot. And we got to get that number down because it's just sad. I propose that cops during these routine pullovers just start shooting women. Hey, it'll cut down on the hashtag #MeToo numbers. Come on, it's a 2-for-1.
What? What?
I'm trying to think of the most horrible shit I can for brutality.
Jesus Christ.
I usually start off all my sets to kind of, my Surgeon General's warning for the crowd is if you like good, clean comedy, this is going to be about as pleasant as a fire breaking out in the burn unit at a children's hospital.
Brutal.
Yeah, I know. Those Christmas critters are like, oh no, not again. And I just got my skin grafts. Brutality. Okay, I've hurt women twice, black people once. Where else can I go with this? Oh, anywhere I want. I'm a white male. Brutality is what we do and specialize in. All right, guys. That's I got one more. I'll wrap it up. I got one more. I know you guys see me drinking, and normally this is done at comedy clubs, not on my porch. It looks like I'm in a kill shed. But please don't drink and drive. It's very serious. You don't want to put yourself at risk, family members, loved ones at risk, or even strangers or children that are out and about. Please don't drink and drive. Me, I'll be fine with it. Because anytime I get pulled over after weaving in and out of traffic, I just roll down my window, I look at the cop and I say, ZYXWVUTSRQ PONMLKJH GFDCBA. Have a good night, officer. I'm kidding. I don't do that. My name's Rock Allen. Thank you guys so much.
Right. It's a very slow clap for Rock Allen.
Slow clap for brutality. It should be a thing.
I thought, like, if you ever do get back in front of a live audience, that a good joke would be, I look like the type of guy who owns a kill shed.
Are a member of the Proud Boys.
No.
No? You don't want to go there?
I don't believe in any of that shit. Politics is a joke. No one gives a fuck about anybody. Left, right, fuck them all.
All right. So just a hint of libertarian in there.
Just fuck everybody.
Just a little bit. That's okay. I like the tattoo money. I like that whole thing with the school shooter. Was intense, and then you really let loose the rubber band. It was really good. Well executed. It was that whole bit. I don't have a whole lot to say because it was pretty solid. Some of the other stuff I'm like, whoa, but I just wasn't like that offended by it, but I feel like some audiences might be. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Also, FYI, Rock, you have a fan. One Facebook user said, "Go Rock." So there we go, Rock Allen. Rockin'. Awesome. So, any other response?
Oh, he left.
All right, Rock Allen, we'll get some more of his response when he comes back. So he just couldn't handle the fandom.
Yep.
All right.
I'm old.
I think the kill shed thing was it was pretty spot on. I mean, normally if you had a kill shed, that would be the first thing you would think of. But
right. Still got the Christmas lights up because
a psycho Christmas lights in the kill shed.
That is funny.
It's always Christmas time in the kill shed.
It's for the ambiance.
Yeah. So any other response, Amrish? Any
Yeah, the tax joke was good, but for
Thank
me,
you.
I thought the setup was. I mean, you gave it away. I think the
Okay.
punchline is good. The punchline for me, I think maybe it's because I'm a comedian and the audience won't catch on to it. But for me, I was like, here comes the punchline,
Right.
and I could tell it. And about the joke about it wasn't I wasn't offended by the shooting women and whatever. I mean, okay, this is coming out wrong, but you know the thing is, like, the what was the punchline after that? After you said, "Oh, I'm a white male, I can pretty much brutality is what we do" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that punchline is good, but for me, it was that the audience might just lose you before the punchline even comes.
Right. Right. No, I get that.
If you even don't even talk about women and just go from black to say something, don't make it specific for the second part, the middle part of the joke, and then
Okay.
go into the black final punchline, it may turn out better, in my opinion. But what the fuck do I know? You know?
No, I'm listening to all the criticism. I need it, man. I'm trying to get better. I only got
Yeah,
like 3
me
more
too.
years before I die, so I need to try to make it now.
Yeah,
Only
me
3
too.
more
Me too.
years.
Me too. Me too. I'm just gonna kill myself if I don't make it.
All right. This is
Anyway,
super dark. Moving on. Jeremy, you got any response to Rock Allen and his
You said, please don't be white, please don't be white, please don't be white. What if you would have said, please don't be black? I mean, I don't know why I was thinking that, but
like he would be afraid, or if the cop was black, like the black cop would be like, all right, let's take some revenge. He's got some tattoos, he's white, he's got the beard, he's probably one of the Proud Boys. Let's take him down.
No, it's because all mass shooters practically are white. So it's
Yeah.
like, come
Yeah.
on, not again, not again. Give me one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Hey,
you could almost expand that, like
Yeah.
next time I see a cannibal serial killer, that's I say the same prayer. Please don't be white. Please don't be white. And of course,
Yep.
that kind of
hey,
thing. So
hey, Rock. I just have a question. Do you own a gun?
Maybe.
I thought your set was great. I thought you were funny. You were amazing.
he's not going to come to Toronto, I don't think.
I know. No, no, he was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. More knives than guns, but I would love
White
to come to
people don't
Toronto.
travel.
No.
Shit. It's
Who
cold
lives in
up there,
Toronto?
man.
Who lives in Toronto?
Nah, man, I want to. I want to
Nobody.
get on any stage I can. I've made some friends through this crazy internet thing. I've made some fans in Australia. I've made some fans in
Ooh.
Canada. So
Mhm.
I'd like to. I want to sleep on someone's couch and perform a fucking open mic. That's what I'm dreaming of.
That's good, man. That's good.
all
I think
right,
we're
Rock is. I feel like Rock, you're the first person who's like, I've gained a lot of fans through this whole internet thing.
I cut it off at 666.
Well,
No
yeah.
more
I
fans.
Well,
I think we're beyond the point of this old internet thing. It's kind of a thing now. So like that would be something when the internet was new. Your parents are like, this old internet thing's never gonna work out.
Right?
But now we're beyond that. It's like a thing. It's not even an old thing anymore. It's just there.
You
And
can have pizza and pussy delivered right to the house.
What's the website?
And
is there a
and
coupon for that?
A BOGO?
Yeah.
Hey, Rock, what was the name of the place that you live in? So I didn't get that.
Newport News, Virginia.
Well,
where, dog
living in
killer Michael Vick is also from.
Ooh, interesting.
White brutality, Virginia.
Well, You know, since Rock lives in Newport, there's no wonder that he wants to leave. And fuck, I forgot the punchline. You guys kept talking, and I had a joke in my head, and I forgot it. Damn it!
Sleep on someone's couch.
No, it was phrased it differently. Anyway,
All right. Well, that's okay. We'll move on.
Wee.
All right.
Are you French
And
now?
Jeremy. Oh, that's cute. Let's go ahead and see what your subject is, and then we'll go from there. What's your subject, guy?
Miscarriage of justice. So it wasn't very fun.
What?
It says miscarriage of justice.
Okay. What does that even mean?
Well, let me start
Exactly.
talking and I'll fucking explain it.
I'm just curious. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so first we're going to start with the word miscarriage. A miscarriage is the expulsion of a fetus from the womb before it is able to survive independently, meaning any full-term pregnancy is a miscarriage, as the child would need to be over the age of 18 before they could survive independently. And with today's generation, that age could be pushed back to, say, 30 maybe. It could also mean, miscarriage could also mean an unsuccessful outcome of something planned. So if you're planning to deliver justice in a criminal case, a miscarriage is an unsuccessful outcome. So justice is the quality of being just, righteous, equitable, morally right, just to uphold the cause of just. Or as in politics, it means just us. So to have justice, a person's character trait, yeah, skip that. So even if it's not politics like Democrats versus the Republicans, it's still like police officers versus black people, or no, I guess that's the only thing that it could be. Like there's so many miscarriages of justice in the United States. It says that about 10% of people that are in the prison system are not diagnosed, but they what, I don't know the word right now. It says over the past 31 years, there have been 375 DNA exonerees. And on average, these 375 people have served 14 years in jail before they were released. It says of the 375 people, there was 5,284 years served for unlawful convictions. The first unlawful conviction, of course, was in the United States, and this happened in the year 1805. Two Irish brothers were found to be guilty, or they say they were guilty, and then the next day they hung the two brothers. They were convicted in minutes. They were dead in a day. And then 1984, so what is that, 180 years later, they pardoned these two people. And all of these things say pardon and exonerate, like it's two different things, but it's all the same. I don't really know. Hold on, I got some other stuff. Yeah, no, I don't. All right, that's all I got.
What?
So there could be up to 2 of the population in the prison system. There's 2.3 million people in the prison system. So 10% of that is 230,000 innocent people possibly locked in jail. And we think that our system is working, and America thinks it's the best. Go us, #1 in prison population. That's all I got.
Okay.
Not funny at all.
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you, Jeremy, for dropping some hot math on us there. I felt like I called on you in class. Read this aloud.
Oh, okay.
of direct reading happening.
Yeah. Well, I have a joke, but it's a joke that I already wrote that I arranged differently. So hold on. Okay, I'm going to tell it. So my uncle, his name's Uncle Short Arm, and we call him Uncle Short Arm because he's not got short arms, but he's short an arm. He's got a nub. And Uncle Short Arm has a very tall, beautiful, blonde-haired wife. Her name's, she's got a fake leg as well. But we don't call her Short Leg because that's fucking rude. We call her Eileen because that's her name. Eileen works at IHOP, which is beside the point of the story. My uncle, he's what is called a relief worker. So during the times when there's like storms, there's earthquakes, there's problems in the world, he drives his truck into these places to relieve people of the possessions that they left behind during the evacuation. So last year, my uncle was carrying out a television and the stormwaters came up and he was swimming in circles. And the police fished him out of water and he had a gun in his pocket. So this is where the miscarriage of justice comes, because they told my uncle that if you can do the hokey pokey, then you can turn yourself around. But my uncle doesn't have a right arm, so he got stuck at that point, and now he's in jail for the next 3 years. So poor Eileen. Arm and a leg. Okay, that's all I got.
All right, some weird ableist humor there. Thank you, Jeremy, for making fun of people who only have one arm and one leg. That's cool.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, sorry, Jeremy, sorry, I was going to bring you an apple for the lecture, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say that your miscarriage joke about kids not being miscarried or being miscarried until they're 25, that first joke was pretty funny. So the rest you were reading a lot. There's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
How do you get miscarriage of justice and not start with just like, that's how you start? Just boom that into the mic. Miscarriage of justice is not when a pregnant judge falls down some stairs.
I mean, I see where you're going with that, but no.
From the Facebook.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
From the Facebooks. We got the miscarriage of justice when you in jail wrongly is officially called, you got the wrong guy, man. Thank you, Facebooks.
Probably a black guy. You probably got a black guy.
Yep. So
wrongly. That's what I mean by that, because a lot of black guys are wrongly put into jail. Anyway, moving on.
I would say
Take it away, Alisha.
The only other thing you mentioned, like we were the first case. I think you could have said we're number one at that point, and then used it as a callback later when you're like, we're also number one in overcrowding, things like that. So that number one.
Breach got his subject and gave the 3 one-word definitions, and you went to the miscarriage of justice Wikipedia page.
No, yeah, there's a lot of cases on there.
Okay. All right, we got a lot of factoids on miscarriage of justice. Are we moving on? I'm moving on.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Mine. Jeremy's moving on.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Mine was chivalry. And so to me, the exact opposite of chivalry is a shiv. So, yeah. I used to live in LA and I would ride the bus a lot. And, older people would get on, or, like somebody carrying a lot of groceries. And a guy would usually get up and be like, hey, sit down, no problem. And it made me feel good inside that chivalry was still alive on the poverty mobile. Just a mobile fart, those buses. I missed the show Game of Thrones. I like that show. My favorite character was Hodor. And I just thought he was so cute, and I really kind of wished that when no one was looking, he was secretly solving mysteries. And so I wanted to pitch to HBO like a spin-off series, kind of like a mystery kind of thing, like Murder, She Wrote, only instead Murder, He Hodored. I think there's something there. I think it's got some legs. I think chivalry is like, there's like a dominant, it's like a, moving on. That joke is not worked out yet. Meghan Markle is an inspiration to everybody because she got it. She became a princess. And then realized, man, this sucks. Is there like a warranty in my previous life? Like, can I return this? Is there like a 30-day return policy? And she got that return policy. She was the Karen of the royal family. She complained until she got her way. So very cool. Prince Harry, also same boat, but on the other side, he was like, oh, can I return this and get back to my original life? Because he realized, oh, this isn't at all what I wanted. Because he actually had to pick up the fork and eat his food himself. That didn't work, and that's okay. Moving on. So Coming to America 2 has come out. Coming to America, Too Legit to Quit. And everyone was like, oh, that's so funny. It's such a good movie. And everyone was like cool with the reaction. I'm sure the person who was the most like excited about the movie was Arsenio Hall. I'm sure as soon as he got the phone call from Eddie Murphy, he started crying. So he could be back in the light of the Lord that is Eddie Murphy. Because he was cast out for a very long time, and now he's back. So, yay, Arsenio. I feel like very loud message noises, lots of dings going on over here. I feel like they should have, like we should even be like more lenient on drug use, like make it just part of our everyday lives. Instead of like coffee breaks, have like heroin breaks, just like be in the break room, and if somebody's like shooting up, it's totally cool. Like, how was your weekend? Oh man, it was good. Like tightening the belt and all that stuff. I can work on that more. It's cool. Like when you drink alone, it's called alcoholism. And when you drink with other people, it's called like social drinking. When you kill alone, you're a psychopath. But when you kill with other people, it's just hunting. I think so. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I just have written here, Jesus fucks. Like that.
Under chivalry.
Yeah.
Under chivalry. Good
That's what I'm thinking.
segue.
That's what I'm thinking.
He was the king of the Jews. So anyway, but like, obviously that guy fucked, right? Like that guy was a cult leader. When hasn't a cult leader done that? Ever. And like there was a part where it says, I don't remember which passage it was, but it was just like, and like Mary Magdalene or whoever like washed his feet in oil And I'm like, is that what they called it back then? Like, what? Oh man, that was so funny when I wrote it. Anyway, that's kind of what I got. Lots of random doodads put together in a mishmash of some stuff. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you listening. All right. Very good. Clap for me, guys. Appreciate it.
I love
Hello.
Poverty Mobile. I know my brand of comedy comes off one certain way, but I'm a big fan of Kyle Kinane. And when you're able to assign a new word to a regular word, granted mine's darker. I don't say deep throat, I say throat terrorism. But Poverty Mobile, that is brilliant. I really enjoyed that. And I like the Hodor Murder She Wrote. That was that was good. And then the only thing I would add about the cult with Jesus, sometimes terminology is what makes it. So if you were to say something like Jesus be fucking y'all, that would get a good laugh. And then expand on cult leader. If you were like, come on, a cult leader with abs, you've seen him on the cross. He's got a 6-pack.
Yeah, he was probably a fuckboy. He had some pictures for. He probably had some pictures for. Yeah, he probably had some pictures for Instagram. Had some hoes. I don't know.
If he was on Instagram today.
Just leaning against the cross, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure.
Showing off his abs in his loincloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Loincloth 2021.
Oh, come on, man. Screw the loincloth. He needs to wear 501 jeans. Blue jeans. Not with a zipper, with all buttons. All 5 fuckboy buttons.
The button fly, yeah.
I mean, that's why when he was on the cross, he was like, bent forward so he could show off his abs more. Like even when he was nailed to the cross, he wanted to show off his abs. I don't know. That may be going too far, talking about him on the
Is like him being on the cross a thirst trap? Like
his OnlyFans.
All right.
He's just unbuttoning one button at a time. And he's like, they're not nails, or they're like nails, but for clothes.
They're not buttons. They're
all right, man. From the Facebook, chivalry. What does Michael J. Fox do when he's cold? All right, Facebook, get in there, man. He's doing it. Oh man. And then I Drink Alone, I'm assuming is the video to the I Drink Alone from
I feel attacked. I feel attacked.
You feel attacked.
The Meghan Markle joke was good. That's a good premise. That I think that would work on stage for like about 2 or 3 months because it's topical, but I just feel the Prince Harry punchline needs a better. Prince Harry part of the joke needs a better punchline to close it all off. The Markle joke is good. It gets you a good small laugh or a smile, a chuckle, I would say. But the Prince Harry needs part of the joke. That's an ending bit, and that's need a good punchline, or unless you can build it off and work into another bit somewhere. The Jesus bit, that's a really good premise, I think. Who was married? Who was the person that dropped the oil on Jesus' feet or something?
I think it was Mary Magdalene. There was rumors.
So she's like not his mother or something, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
she's his friend.
So Mary, was it
Who's
oil
also
that
a
she?
whore.
So when she dropped something, was it oil or did she drop the lube bottle on his feet, and that's why? I don't know.
Frankincense for lubricant.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
I think that punchline can be cut a little bit and be done differently, so it's a bigger punch or hits harder. But I think you can do the lube bottle there if you want. Yeah, but that.
All right, Ambrish, thank you so much. We got a lot of great feedback there. The
There's
loop
something
is a fantastic tag. Thank you.
There's something to do like chivalry with Jesus' father. Like it's been dead since then. I mean, since before Christ, because he left. He just took off. I mean, unless you believe it was Joseph or God, then never mind. I'm retarded. Thanks.
No, dude.
Fantastic.
What were you
Like
talking about?
BC could be before chivalry, or before chivalry ended.
All right. It's just like sometimes, man, like, the R word,
That's what.
dropping hot bombs,
Oh shit.
Jeremy.
Oh, not only am I gonna say the R word
that's just,
tonight,
I mean,
come on, man.
but fuck those one armed and one leg bitches
I mean,
out there.
it's just like I just cannot not say stuff. You're like dropping some like racist stuff and like
yeah.
R words, and it's just like
not me.
I mean,
You're welcome.
Jesus. I'm thinking
Somebody's
like
got to make you guys look
I'm
good,
thinking
right?
I'm thinking this is so weird that the guy with the southern accent is not the one being racist.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm from the South as well.
No,
So
oh fuck. That's now how the fucking hell.
But does he have guns?
It's just it's just
Didn't
like
mean it like that. Did not mean it like that.
right. It's just like
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's just sometimes it's like you have some funny jokes. It's just like there's a little bit of like hints of like actual real racism there that makes it uncomfortable, and like the use of the R word and like actual racist terms against people who are actually in the on the panel with you make it kind of difficult. So
Okay.
I just, I like you. I think you're funny,
So,
but like, come on, have respect for us too.
Let's go back to making fun of poor people on the fart bus. That sounds good because there's less poor people.
All right. Let's move on. Are we about to do our own material now? I think that would be way much more fun than having this discussion.
It would, and I definitely want to do our own material, but it was something that like sort of needed to be addressed.
This
Yeah,
is like
I mean, I
Thanksgiving
understand
for
that.
me.
I absolutely understand where you're coming from. I feel the same way, but let's just move on to the material and just do it, and
Okay, Ambrish, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I address the situation. And we'll go ahead and move on, okay? I appreciate where you're coming from, and I appreciate where everyone's coming from. Like Jeremy.
Me too.
Funny stuff, okay? All right, Ambrish, why don't you go next? He is hot, ready to go.
I don't really want to work my my personal material, on stage material, because that's I do a lot of anecdotes, and they're pretty much the ones I want to work. I want to try out. They're like middle bits or ending bits, so they wouldn't really work here without the starting bits, and they would be too long. So I'm just gonna do some weekly jokes that I write every week of topical stuff. Last week, cities worldwide turned off their lights for an hour to celebrate the day officially called the Earth Hour, or as criminals call it, jackpot. Lego recently launched a 2,000-piece NASA Space Shuttle Discovery set. The set guarantees to make you feel good when you build it and pain when you step on it. Just one moment. In other news, according to NASA, the much-feared asteroid named Apophis won't hit Earth for another 100 years. After hearing this news, conservatives were like, it's not going to happen in our lifetime? Great. Then it's just like climate change. Not real. Okay. China and Russia recently agreed to make a permanent moon base together. Now, Russia didn't want to do it at first, but said yes after China agreed to not bring any bats with them. Okay, are these hitting at all or no, or is that you just being polite? Because otherwise, There's no point of me going on. Keep going.
They're chuckles. They're
Okay.
chuckles. They're not. I mean, they're not like LOLs, but they are good middle points, as you said. So they're little
Great. When I started comedy, that's what I aimed to be. The middle point. Just make people chuckle. Just one moment. In last week, the Pope began his historic visit to Iraq last week. The Pope said, quote, "I come as a pilgrim." But according to some reports, the Pope is only traveling to Iraq after he learned the fact that Iraq has young boys too. I don't know. The Mars Perseverance rover sent a beautiful panorama of the Martian surface last week, proving that even an unmanned rover is better at taking pictures than my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there.
All right. Ambrish with his daily musings. Get in there, guy. Yeah, monologue jokes. They're good. They're good to practice, and they're good to have on like a writer's packet if you want to do a Daily Show, Colbert, anything like that. So for sure, good stuff. Yeah, and I mean, and those aren't supposed to like land hard as you want them to. You know, they're daily practice.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that. I get it, but yeah, there's some good stuff. Brock, you got any response?
I didn't realize we were reading to the class tonight. I mean, if you're working on that every week, you know, you're putting out topical material every week. You write it. It's written. Learn it. That's. I'm not trying to be harsh. It's just.
Oh, I'm not using that at all. That's like my weekly videos of like weekend update, from SNL. That's my weekly stuff. I do it on YouTube, and I'm never really gonna use it again. I was actually thinking of basically changing the format, and I pretty much produce this kind of material, this much material, like 10 jokes every week, maybe sometimes more, but I get insecure about some of the jokes, and I put these on Reddit too, and I get good response. But I think they would do better if it wasn't just me sitting in front of a camera, but I could just turn this into stand-up material and do them every week, new material every week, and just post it on YouTube, and still keep working on my normal material that's important, and the personal anecdotes that I like to do. So yeah, this is pretty much not going to be used again. Yeah.
No, I understand that, and I also understand that using Zoom or StreamYard, is that what the fuck we're on? Whatever, doing comedy since everything shut down is very different. Doing it online.
Yeah.
But I have honestly found, dude, the second it's your turn to go, whatever you're doing, do it just like you're on stage. Because when things do open back up, I don't know if they're open where you're at. They are not open where I'm at. But no rust. The goal is to hit the stage with no rust. So that's all my thing is. And like I said, I understand what you're saying. The throwaways. It's you're practicing your muscle during the week. Hey, I'm not going to use this shit again. But I mean, you never know what gem you might stumble across that is relevant, that you can say, hey, I can turn this one little one-liner into a 3-minute bit and use it on stage.
I mean, yeah, I understand your point. Of course, any joke that would be good or any premise mainly. It's
I also
mainly the
have a
premise
gun.
that matters. You were right, and I'm wrong, and I'm gonna shut up now.
No,
No, no, no. I
Right.
understand
Well,
what you're
if
saying.
you're
If it's
okay.
a good premise, of course I'm gonna keep it. But even Dave Chappelle was talking about it, and Joe Rogan was talking about having some rust. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's gonna, go off. Get shedded after one show. I think. I think it's mainly the emotion or just nervousness because even coming on this before coming on this show, I was feeling nervous, like when you start doing comedy, the
Right.
first year or something. So basically, I was feeling that, and I'm feeling pretty confident now. So I think that would be good going on. Anyway,
It's
I
comedy's
like
like
to
a
talk a
woman.
lot.
Be confident, dude. I seriously,
right,
it's
it's just like practice as hard as you're gonna play
yep.
in the game.
Mhm.
Like if you're like blase now with your things that you're not confident in, you're just gonna be blase on stage, and people aren't gonna want to book you.
I don't
That's
You'll
know.
all he's saying.
you'll hit a
I don't
mic
know.
with 20 people, and you're gonna see 19 people rusty. But if, like I said, if you can get yourself into the habit performing on these mics just like you would on stage, dude, how great would it feel to walk off stage and be like, yo, those 19 motherfuckers were rusty. I
Mhm.
wasn't. So, I
I
mean,
guess
I
I
understand
understand.
being
Mhm.
insecure like you were talking about, and it's hard to tell someone, hey, don't be, because I mean, that's just
I know.
something that's inherent. Dude, you're a funny guy. You're doing comedy for a reason. It's because you think you're a funny guy. Show everybody. Don't be rusty. That's all I'm saying. Have
No,
fun
I
with it.
understand. I understand that the part about being insecure is that some jokes are good, and some of them I feel insecure about because I'm quite the perfectionist, where I
Right.
just, if I feel a joke is not good, it's not good. I'm not gonna do it at all.
Right.
It's just even if the good joke is good, I won't do it. Because that's the insecurity in me that I want to be good. I want to be perfect all the time. Now, the thing about being rusty, my persona on stage is totally different, absolutely different. So I don't think that would be a huge issue for me. Trust me,
Right.
I
I
do
got
the
you. I got you.
videos every week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah. Any thoughts about the jokes though? Anything to
Um,
add?
I
no,
would.
I think because they're the daily things that you're working on, their daily
Mm,
topics. For the
yeah.
most part, you're getting one-liners out of them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Spend a little bit of time with them because it
Okay.
might you might give you a different perspective. You'd be like, hey, this is funny, but if I look at it from this aspect and perform it like this, it's going to be even better. So just
Yeah.
spend a little bit of extra time with the topical stuff.
Okay.
I, I obviously don't do topical unless it's brutality.
Mm,
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
take up so much time. I
that's
love
your go-to.
comedy, and this is my I'm not drinking alone time. So
There
you
you go.
know,
There
I
you
just
go.
want success and last for everybody. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man.
All right. Rock, how about you go next?
Oh man, I thought I was done talking. All right. um, I'll never probably end up with a job, like writing for a show like The Daily Show or Jimmy Fallon or anything like that. And it's not just because my material's darker. It's it's wow, I forgot completely where I was going with that. So we're gonna abandon ship. I have no problem abandoning ship. I'm on my third marriage. Um, it's just my, my bent doesn't, go with ABC or CBS, because I'm usually talking about death in some way, shape, or form towards a minority group of one shape or form. And it's all laughs. Life is way too short to not be having fun at all times. And I've had an actual lot of success with offensive material because I embrace what it is and I tell that material to that crowd. I All right, I did get in a little trouble for this joke. I was fortunate enough to host a show at the largest gay club on the East Coast before it closed down. They were trying to raise money. It was a Halloween show, so unfortunately, I did go as Captain Spaulding from the Rob Zombie movies. I did have a 200-pound lesbian sitting in my lap at the end of the night, but that's a different story. Uh, but I opened that show
Why?
with, I don't understand why so many people got upset with that mass shooting at that gay club in Florida, Pulse. It is not the first time guys have been shot in the face in that club. And the lesbians loved it. The gentlemen not so much. And I don't. It's just who I am, you know. Uh, I tell all kinds of jokes. I believe humor is all inclusive. I tell some racial material, not racist. Big difference. I've never been caught throwing a brick. But like, I'm actually in an interracial marriage. My wife is 50% Cherokee Indian and 50% redneck. She likes to tell people that she's the Indian with the feather, not the dot. And I told her that's not very culturally relevant. You need to tell people you're casino, not customer service. Um, and we had a great first date. You know, I sealed the deal on the first date. I make a wicked cosmopolitan. Uh, so I had her come over for a second date. I wanted to reward her for that Trail of Tears blowjob. And you know, so I thought I'd make her dinner, and we'd watch a movie. She's on one couch and I'm on the other, and I glanced over and she's shivering a little bit, and I'm thinking that's the rehypnol setting in. Uh, but I figured I'd be a nice guy, and I go get her a blanket, and I come back to her and I said, you know, the last time my people gave your people blankets, it didn't work out too well for your people. Well, that didn't get much of a laugh, so I know you guys went to science class because you knew what rehypnol was, but you didn't go to history class. White people give horrible blanket. Um, and I, you know, my wife actually likes when I include her and her people in my material, even if it's of a negative or a horrible connotation. And you know, it's great that I have such a loving wife who's supportive. Um, However, when I told that joke in front of her mother, who is 100% Cherokee Indian, was not received as well. This pilgrim has not been invited over for Thanksgiving for a couple years now. And all I got to say is that's perfectly fine by me. White people don't put nuts in fucking stuffing. It doesn't belong. It just doesn't belong. Uh, I all right, now I remember the Jimmy Fallon joke. So I'll never become a writer for one of these great shows, and it's not just because my material is darker. It's because I don't have much of a social media presence. Uh, it might be because I'm a little bit older. I just don't do the online stuff. Like I don't have a Insta whore or a Snatch Chat or a Tick Thought.
Really?
Um,
Really?
I do have a Pornhub account though. I am Dick Dastardly 757, and I have a lot of fun commenting on the videos. I am not playing. This is legit. Feel free to go to Pornhub and look me up. I will accept any and all friend requests. If you go under my playlist, The Dastard, it is all my comments on certain videos. And you would be surprised that much like Facebook, you can be banned from commenting for a couple weeks on Pornhub. I did not realize that my comments on Anal Blasters Volume 21 would have offended anyone, especially the young lady that was smiling. All right, guys. I'm not going to go any more offensive than that. I think I might have
Okay.
covered my bases. Thanks so much for the
Yes.
time.
Yeah, another slow clap for Rock Allen.
Slow
right,
clap
real
on the
quick,
poverty mobile.
real quick, who's somebody's playing something in the background. It's picking up. Somebody's like running the
No,
show, or like there's like somebody's listening to something and like we can hear it. So turn that off or wherever it's coming from. Yeah, so anyway, lots
I know what to do with
unpack
that.
there. The Pornhub thing, fun stuff. You know, I'll look, yeah. I won't. Will not. Forgot it already. But that was the fun stuff. The native stuff. I don't know, dude.
My wife's okay with it. She
Wow.
laughs.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I live in South Dakota. There's quite a
I know.
indigenous population here, so it's just like
I mean, of
it's just
course,
like a painful silence is really, like white guilt over here, like is overwhelming. So I don't know what to say about it.
I mean, I understand when you're saying you like to be offensive. I mean, trust me, I've got some pretty offensive stuff in my act, but I just make sure that it's bulletproof. Uh, but yeah, good material, man. Good for you.
Thank you.
Jeremy, you got any response?
No, not right now.
All right. All right, man. What do you think? You want to go next?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I got two things that I'm working on. So recently in the news, they said that pollution has been causing men's penises to grow smaller. So I have a new company that I'm thinking of starting. It's called Eco Condoms. We take your old condoms and we re-lube them with lubricants and textures, and we sell them back to you. And we do this not for sexual purposes, because we only put the lubricants and the textures on the inside of the condom instead of on both sides. So it's not for sexual purposes. It's just more so you can protect your penis, because you don't want your baby to grow up and like take a shower and find out that daddy is smaller than him.
Oh, I get it. I get where you.
Yeah, it's a protection thing. It's just to keep yourself protected. And then also I read in the news, and this was a few months ago, maybe a year ago, but I'm just writing it now. Scientists have been able to take the memory of a snail. A snail is basically a slug with a home on its back. And they've taken the memory of this snail and they've put it into another snail. So I don't know how they were able to confirm that snail number 2 was actually experiencing the memories of snail number 1, except for the fact that snail number 2 had finished all their homework, knowing that snail number 1 was grounded for 2 weeks because he did not finish the homework. So that's, yeah, I don't know. All right, thanks. Snails talk, I guess, by the way.
Snails as squatters.
They stole those homes.
I feel like there's a little brother sister kind of correlation there that maybe you could
Between the snails.
Yeah, maybe yourself. Like if you have a brother sister, it's just like, not speaking from experience or something like that. Like talking about your own family in that.
Alabama,
what was the
snails?
What was the proper snail setup again? Sorry.
Just they switched memories. They gave the memory from snail 1 to snail 2, and they were able to somehow prove that snail 2 had that memory.
No, like the mobile home on the back, because you could basically make a comparison to a redneck with a portable home. What's the portable house that rednecks have?
A trailer.
You can basically make that comparison, and I think that joke will maybe work.
Or if you're upper class white people, you have a kill shed. It's basically the same thing.
What's a kill shed?
It's a trailer on wheels that is smaller than a trailer for a family. Think Ted Kaczynski.
It's a serial. Yeah, it's a serial. It's where serial killers go to like
have drinks in their
private.
Well, there you go. There you go. That punchline worked. Whatever that kale cool is, that punchline worked. There you go. There's your joke.
Go with the long, in-depth snail memory and how the scientists are doing this. Like be elaborate.
Like
and
how he went. He's vacationing
and then be like,
with the family.
I'm so glad scientists are doing this. We still have people with cancer.
That's a good point. Yeah.
This is what scientists are doing. Snail A, snail B.
From the Facebook snail, I don't know how they finish their homework. They're so slow.
Ha!
Coming in hot from the Facebooks.
All right, whose dad's on Facebook?
Right.
The oils and lubricants. You guys know that's not motor oils, right? No one wants their dick to look like a penguin when the Exxon Valdez crashed. That's all I got. Sorry.
I
I have specific humor, brutality, and sex. I just, but it works. I got 666 fans.
There you go. Fantastic. All right. Anything else for Jeremy and his mobile homes? All right. All right, guys. I will go up. Just kind of keep this thing rolling along. I live in South Dakota, which is one of the only flyover states that people willingly go to. Because we have Mount Rushmore, which is a statue that can't be torn down in Rayne. But that's on the west side of the state. I live on the east side of the state where there's just farming, hunting, and meth. The good side. Jeremy, I don't know what happened to Jeremy. I live in South Dakota, and hunting is a big deal here. We hunt a pheasant, and a pheasant is a weird bird. It's a combination of a turkey and a duck. Basically, not good enough to be a turducken is what a pheasant is. It's kind of a dumb bird. It really can only fly high enough to be murdered.
That's good.
Hunting season is pretty popular around here of pheasant. When I see a pheasant during hunting season, I think to myself, dead bird walking. And I live in a small town that actually boasts to have the largest pheasant in the world. And when I say that, the largest pheasant in the world, whatever you're picturing isn't it. Yeah. This is like Godzilla-sized pheasant. Like if I was in the movie Ghostbusters and Gozer the Gozerian was like, choose the traveler, I wouldn't have chosen the State Puffed Marshmallow Man. Oh no, it would have been this pheasant. At night, it is terrifying. It is the stuff of nightmares. That is the town that I live in. This nightmare bird town. And I work at a weird job in this town. The building, on the building it says library, but I like to call it Hall of Perverts. Yeah. I do not like working there. I kind of hate it. I can tell because every morning I wake up and I think to myself, I want to die. But by the end, in the afternoon, it changes to, I want to kill. Yeah. I've lived back in this town, my hometown, for about 2 years now. And I realized that my favorite thing to do is leave. So I take a lot of road trips. And in the Midwest, a lot of these road trips get kind of boring. So a fun game to play on these Midwest road trips is Find the Tree. And then you just eventually lose that game. Alisha, Rayne, thank you so much. All right. Woo! Great job.
I
Great
would,
job.
I would lead
I l-
off that you work in a library before you talk about the hunting, because like words, I'm gonna guess you live in a small town, South Dakota, and you
Yeah.
work in a library. So words you've never said. I feel so swamped.
The words I've never said. What?
I feel so swamped.
Oh, okay.
And then when you go into the hunting, be very specific using whatever hunting terms, whatever rifles they use, and talk about they hunt pheasants, the white guilt of birds. I feel like only black people should be allowed to shoot them.
Hey,
That's my background, Jeremy.
why is your library full of perverts? What's going on? Are they all coming to see you, or
No, Hall of Perverts.
why?
That was a funny term. I like that.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why is it a hall of perverts? I've never heard that term connected to a library.
Well, every library I've ever worked at has had regulars. The people who like get books at libraries, they like come in and leave. But the people who like hang out at the library like all day, kind of
Uh-huh.
pervs.
Like, what do they do?
Pervs.
They
Like,
Do you
found a
have like?
way to
Do you
circumvent
have
your
like?
firewall.
Do you have like
Yeah.
library computers where they're going?
Mhm. There's like I used to work at a library where
Mhm.
like porn, like they could watch porn legally. Like I could not stop
What?
them from watching porn.
What?
That's a fucking 5-minute bit right there.
On like, in public on
I don't know about 5 minutes. Maybe a
at the
joke.
library computer lab. Like we couldn't prevent them because of the law.
What
It's
law?
basically, it's a law that you cannot prevent somebody. It's like a Freedom of Information Act. And
What
at a
information?
library they used to work at, like
That's
they really
What-
took it
hysterical.
seriously, and like they
What information are they getting from porn? That black guys have
it's
big
the
dicks,
Freedom
or
of Freedom
like
of
what?
Information Act. So whatever information they want to consume or whatever, it
You
is legal.
You can get 5
But-
minutes out of that. I'm
That-
telling
that's
you,
it.
I can get 5 minutes out of that. And you're clever.
That's
You know?
No, I think the premise is good, but it's only good for a joke. It's not really like something you really want to delve into. But the setup is good right there that you're talking about. The freedom of Freedom of Information Act of porn. Like what's the information that they're getting from it? You can just find the punchline there, and it'll fit perfectly. Just look for a punchline, and that's a joke ready for you there.
I have 2 jobs at my library: to make sure the 6-year-old returns the little engine that could, and to shoulder surf perverts with damp jeans. You can get a lot out of that privacy joke. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was gnarly. And like I worked at a library where like within like it would be clean, it would smell fine. And it was at a big city. It was in Santa Monica. And then like within 8 minutes of us opening the building, it would reek. This is a 3-story building, and within minutes, it would smell terrible.
Like an
Because
adult
the
movie
patrons
theater
would come
glory
in.
hole.
Because the patrons would come in, and they were homeless. A lot of them were homeless, and they, as soon as they started coming in, the whole building would like reek.
Like in a small town in South Dakota, I imagine like your options of employment where I could work at the library, or I could snap chickens' necks.
Turkeys, yep.
Turkeys. I could snap turkeys' necks.
It's true. Yeah, so
They both smell similar.
Mhm. Yep. So yep. So somebody knows the Facebooks from the Facebooks. You can watch porn at the library in Norfolk, Virginia, and they stop kids under 18 from doing it though.
Oh, why'd you say Norfolk,
that-
Virginia?
It's very specific library.
Are you shit? That's where I grew up.
Really?
At the
Norfolk,
library.
Virginia.
That
Oh,
yeah, at the library.
Yeah.
Rock Allen has a lot more fans watching this than he's letting on.
And
I'm gonna have to
you
call my
should
folks.
that that city should have it on their tourism board. They should say that we have all these amenities, we have world famous restaurants, we have gyms, we have swimming pools, and we have a library where you can watch porn.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, but on a travel site, sure, that's good.
Yeah, on a tourism board. Yeah.
Mhm. So from
Or
the
something.
Facebooks, the homeless come into the library to keep warm, where they get kicked out of the homeless shelter. Facebooks, I'm not saying anything against homeless. I'm just saying, like, this is oral factory what was going on at the library.
Yeah, I don't think you're saying that the homeless were coming there. I think you're just saying the perverts were coming there.
You'd be
No,
amazed
the
at how many
perverts are,
homeless.
I am talking mad trash about the perverts. There are
Yeah.
quite a few
Yeah.
people that I just do not have enough proof to kick out of a library.
You'd be amazed
Proof.
at how many homeless people have tentacle porn fetishes.
Why? Why
Exactly.
tentacles?
That's why you make it fucking random.
I mean, there must be a psychological reason for it. What is it?
For what?
We
Tentacle.
only live once. I don't know what to
That's
tell
the
you, man.
reason.
All
That's
I
the
know
reason to see a octopus fuck a girl.
sounds like some sort of like hentai.
Oh
Terrible. I
God.
didn't go down that. I did mention it, but I don't want to go down. All right,
No,
guys. Library.
listen. The thing is, I've never seen hentai. Have you guys ever seen? What's it like? Is it good?
Okay. You know
You should
what?
go to Pornhub and look up
Go
Dick
to
Dastardly
Pornhub.
757.
What do I search for? What do I
Hentai
search? What kind of hentai do I search for? Tell us about it, Alisha.
You go to Google and then you put in the word hentai. Come on, man.
What has your experience been like, Alisha, with hentai?
Isn't bored for porn. Okay?
You're an adult, goddammit. You don't know how to porn?
Customer service.
Rock. I'm getting her to talk about it. I'm getting her to talk about it.
Is that,
Come
why,
on.
is that why her cheeks are red?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about it.
She's like, God damn it. Every
It's
fucking
rosacea.
Thursday, hentai porn. I swear to fucking God, I'm over this.
Also, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for you, Brish. I'm sorry that you don't know about that.
I've seen ads, okay? I've seen ads.
Okay, yeah.
That's as much. I've seen ads.
What's hentai, guys? Come on.
Now I've only seen ads, okay? I'm not like you guys. I don't want to jerk off to Tom and Jerry, okay?
Fantastic.
Be a great t-shirt.
Yeah,
What's
all
hentai,
right.
guys?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
guys.
That's a good idea.
We're gonna go ahead and move
Merch.
on.
Merch. Guys, anybody watching on Facebook, you can get the official merch.
Rock
You can get the official merch. What's hentai? With a picture of tentacles.
You know what?
It's gone off the rails. It's gone off the poverty mobile.
Gone off the rails. Rock, you know what?
I'm sorry.
I'm putting you on spotlight. Where can we find your YouTube videos that you do these things at? What do you want us to know about you?
You can go on Google and you can search the word hentai, and you can find me there. It's Ambrish Singh. Basically my name, the name that's on the screen right now. Look for it on YouTube. And yeah, I'll be posting a video tomorrow about Republicans. So probably Jeremy will get offended by that. But yeah, so basically my name on YouTube, and yeah.
All right. Check Ambrish out on YouTube. He's doing new stuff all the time. Rock Allen, what do you want us to know about you? What you got going on?
Please ask me where I can be found. Please ask me where I can be found.
Where can you be found?
I can be found at Dick Dastardly 757 on Pornhub.
What is that? Let me write it down. What is that? Say it again. What is that?
Dick Dastardly was a cartoon character back in the day with Muttley in The Amazing Races, Hanna-Barbera.
Dick's
Dick
Bastardly. Okay.
Dastardly,
Dastardly. Okay.
757 at Pornhub.
What is it? Am I
All
going
right.
to be traumatized by it?
No,
What
man,
is it?
I just put funny, I just put,
user
I just
from the
put funny
Rock,
comments
Rock from the
Oh.
from the
Oh.
Facebook.
from the Facebooks. I looked for him on Facebook, and there were over 42 under the same name. So
I'm not on Facebook. It's Pornhub.
Pornhub, Facebooks. Gotta go to
Obviously, not one of
Pornhub.
my 666 fans. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I had a blast. Thanks for
Oh.
having me on. And for the Facebook commenters, you are the real heroes, other than
Okay.
my wife who tolerates us on a daily.
Very cool. Don't leave yet, Rock. We still got a couple people we all want to say goodbye at the same time. Jeremy, what do you got going on? Know anything?
No, not really. That's it.
Right. I'm Alisha Rayne. You can find me at Alisha Rayne on Instagram, at Alisha Rayne 2 on Twitter. I'm hosting the Wish You Were Here online comedy showcase April 18th, next Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thanks so much, guys. It's been crazy.